and we can document that we do have a transport issue from overseas. That is something that could be useful. The new federal ozone standard, I think I sent you all an email last week, just went into effect. We're nowhere near that. The state standard we have come and approached, and the effective state standard now is 0.84 in any 1 hour period. We have exceeded that. We've gone as high as 0.9 in any 1 hour period. However, that was right before the standard was changed, so we were very lucky there. But if we can document that there's any overseas impact from that, it can help us to set lower regulatory standards locally, where we can say, look, we're not the problem, somebody else is.
Thank you.
Yep.
Additional comments from the board? Okay. Open this up for public comment. Is there anyone in the audience who wants to speak to this issue of air quality management district before us? Okay. Seeing no one, back to the board for additional comment or action.
Move approval.
Second. Okay, it's been moved by Supervisor Smith, seconded by Supervisor Colfax. Any discussion of the motion? Okay, seeing none, call for the vote. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
We do have a timed item at 11. Oh, is he? Okay. Just a couple minutes. Okay. There was an item we'll take up quickly that was pulled by Supervisor Pinches. I believe that was 515, acceptance of a road vacation petition. Mr. DeShiel, you want to come forward, or the Deputy Director? Okay, thank you. Supervisor Pinches.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Howard, I realize this is just the first process. Anybody can come in and spend the $2,075 fee to vacate. One of my concerns is it's outside of the person that filled this. There was only 2 people on the petition that even live in that area that are on the petition. But my first question is, I guess, this little over a mile of road that's proposed to be vacated, and I realize it's going to have a public hearing on it, but because there's not really a good map attached. Does that access, there's a lot of public land in that area, will that cut off access to public land?
I don't believe so. No. I'm looking at the person who knows better, which is your colleague, Supervisor Delbar. But no, that's not public land. And also, we require, whenever the county accepts a road on the behalf of the public, when the public wants that relinquished, they have to provide proof to the Department of Transportation that private easements are put in place for the benefit of the people who formerly needed the public easement. So, that's part of the long process. They have to, when you take away a public easement, there has to be a private easement put in place.
Yeah, anybody that has that there won't lose their private
exactly.
access.
They won't be landlocked.
But
exactly.
Yeah, but that's what I'm concerned about. I realize that law is there, but what I was concerned about is maybe it might restrict access to public lands.
There aren't any public lands out there beyond this. That would have been cut off anyway.
That join the road.
Yeah.
That's all I have my question.
Okay. Any additional comments? What's the action of the board on item 515? Move approval. And seconded by Supervisor Delaware. Any discussion?
Thank you, Howard.
All those in favor of the motion say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Okay, let's go to the timed item now, item 9A, discussion possible approval of disbursement of Fish and Game funds to be used as contributions to various projects for the 07-08 grant cycle. Who's going to lead this conversation?
Chairman Wattenberger, members of the board, Craig Bell, Chairman of the Mendocino County Fish and Game Commission. If we could, we could discuss the grants, the recommended grant programs, then I'll do a brief update on some pretty important issues surrounding fisheries, and Commissioner Martin here will be discussing some of the abalone issues and fines.
Sure, let's take up the issue first,
yes,
and then we'll move to those other items. So please proceed.
We come before you today, and you have a packet as part of our longtime successful grants program. This program expends fine monies that come to the commission from various sources. We go through an annual request for proposals that's issued in October. We have a December deadline. Proponents have an opportunity to do a presentation of their project. We elect a ranking subcommittee. That subcommittee comes back to the commission as a whole, and the commission votes to approve the amounts you see before you. The amount in here is within our budget and is something we've been carrying on for some time.
Questions of the report before us for disbursement? Supervisor Delbar.
What is the, somebody took my budget book. What is the current balance in the fund, and what will the balance be after if this total amount was awarded?
The budget for this year was $46,500, I believe, for our commission. I don't have the figure of the balance before me. I would need to meet with accounting.
Okay, hold on a second, because I just got another book here.
That's it.
Mr. Chairman, if there's other questions, if somebody else wants to go ahead and look this up.
Okay. While you're doing that, go ahead, Supervisor Pinches.
How do you notify agencies or anybody that wants to send an application? Because I've never seen anything advertised to put this out to the public.
Actually, our secretary, we have a public contact list. It includes notification to all the radio stations in the county, all the newspapers. An ad is sent.
Yeah, that's my point, because I've never seen anything out there in the public for.
I have followed up in some years when I didn't see the ad appear. They are not required to post it. I strongly urge them, this is a public benefit notice, but I can't demand that they put this in their paper. But we do send it. We have a list, and we send it to that list every year. We also send the RFP out to any past applicants.
Additional, Supervisor?
Not right now.
Okay. Mr. Bell, I had a question in regards to one project that is not receiving any funding, and that's from the Mendocino County Resource Conservation District, growing clean and green in Mendocino County. And from my point of view, this request has a lot of merit on the surface in regards to the underground economy situation that we have in this county, and it really catches in my throat to even use the word marijuana. Seems like we say that word every board meeting we come to, but this is an effort. I quite don't know how it would be put together and how it would be dispensed, a brochure to growers of how to grow clean and green in our county. They're certainly growing the green. I don't know about how clean. And in fact, I know it's not very clean at all. I participate in a great many cleanup sites. So can you give me some rationale and background on the disapproval of that?
The commission has spent a fair amount of time discussing this issue, having members of enforcement come to the committee, and some testimony from citizens who have seen instances of use of high amounts of rat poison, diversion of streams, leaving of fertilizers, which are all pollutants. And the commission does share your concern, and we felt this was a good project, and we also felt that the sheriff has a fair amount of money, seizure money, and we felt that was the more appropriate source. And I'm actually going to leave this meeting